Didayo. I am a lecturer. I am also an educational neuroscientist. I am an international author because I published about 6 books. I have a very fascinating topic to really discuss with us, and the topic has to do with educational neuroscience, the most important concept in global education. In America, in the UK, in OECD countries, okay, most of them are focusing on integrating insights from neuroscience, especially cognitive neuroscience, into the education sector. Today, educational neuroscience is transforming education in these education-oriented nations. So we're currently conducting what we call masterclass in educational neuroscience. We published the first educational neuroscience textbook. It was published, it was co-authored by Dr. Okeme Usman and I. And this is just the course outline of the masterclass in educational neuroscience. You can see that we have about 23 topics that we have been teaching teachers, not only in Nigeria, because we've gone beyond the shores of this country. We presently have teachers in Ghana, in South Africa, and Equatorial Guinea, and I strongly believe that other African countries are going to really join in. But our target is just to make sure that we train teachers all over the world. So today's topic has to do with educational neuroscience, Phineas Gage and Henry Molaison. These are two individuals whose kind of neuro tragedy continue to expand the science of neuroscience and educational neuroscience itself. But presently, up to this time, the brain, the skull of the brain of Phineas Gage is still being studied there at Harvard University. So what are the contributions of these two neuroscientific phenomena? I guess I call them neuroscientific phenomena. If you look at Phineas Gage, he was a trained engineer, a railroad engineer. So there was a time that he was performing his duty, but unfortunately something really happened. The rod that he was using to fix the damaged rail exploded and pierced through his prefrontal cortex. This is, if you look at this image, this is the prefrontal cortex. The image pierced through and damaged his prefrontal cortex. This, before the tragic accident, he was a very good husband, a very diligent man. But since that, luckily for him, the rod was pulled out and his life was saved. But his personality changed forever. In our masterclass in educational neuroscience, there are videos, there are text contents, there are information, there are pictures, that we normally use to do what, to train teachers. So it is a detailed kind of topic in our masterclass in educational neuroscience. But what I intend doing here is just to give you some kind of some little inkling, some little idea about Phineas Gage. In our masterclass in educational neuroscience, just like I said, we have detailed information about Phineas Gage. If you look at it, this number 2, neuroscience, and moments of transformation. That is where you're going to really have a kind of a holistic information about Phineas Gage, his tragic accident, and the what that accident really teach us about prefrontal cortex and its role in academic learning and intelligence. Then the other person has to do with, his name is Henry Molaison. This, when he was young, he was driving a bicycle. He had an accident that affected his brain, then his head. Then gradually started having epileptic seizures. It became so so frequent that his parents actually took him out of the school system. Then there was a man called Dr. Williams, Williams Scovey. He was a neuroanatomist, so he decided to operate on Henry Molaison. Unfortunately, okay, he treated him and he became healthy. But unfortunately, there's an organ called the hippocampus. Okay, this is the hippocampus. Okay, this is the hippocampus. This is red shaped. This organ here is called the hippocampus. This is the amygdala. Okay, this blue organ here in the brain, every human being has it. Okay, it's called the hippocampus. This one was removed. Though Henry Molaison was the seizure actually ended, but he became a different person because he could not do what? Store new memories. It was the study of Henry Molaison's kind of mistaken operation. Okay, that led, there's a woman, her name is Professor Brenda Milner. She was the one who was detailed, okay, to study him. They discovered that he could not store new memories until he died in the year 2000, okay, and 8. So lots of research was done on this man, and one of the findings has to do with the fact that without the hippocampus, okay, there is no new memory. And with respect to education, without with the hippocampus, there is no education. In our master class in educational neuroscience, we are going to do what? We're going to really expose, or we've been exposing teachers to everything that has to do with the hippocampus. But most teachers out there are ignorant of the fact that there's a connection between the hippocampus with their pedagogy and the memory, because the hippocampus is responsible for what? For the storage of new memories. Without the hippocampus, whatever a teacher is teaching, he or she is just teaching to, okay, just like to a wall, because the students will not, and the pupils will not be able to really what? To store, okay, the content or the information or the and data that the teacher is disseminating in the learning environment. So quickly come to the come along with me while I take you quickly to the whiteboard for maybe explicit and additional information regarding this topic. Yes, finance Gage, you can see that, okay, the importance of the prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex is also referred to, I call it the PFC. In our master class in education and neuroscience, I'll be making reference to PFC. Then what are the three importance? The prefrontal cortex has very powerful, they call it higher order cognitive functions. Okay, it is the seat of intelligence. It is seat of intelligence, seat of reasoning, critical reasoning, seat of imagination. So anything that has to do with our personality, with our intelligence, with our behaviors, it is controlled by the prefrontal cortex. Then it is also responsible for our working memory. It is responsible for attention. Without attention, there is no learning. The number one rule, okay, of academic learning is what? Attention. Okay, critical reasoning. So do not forget, in our book, in our handout, in our course, in our masterclass course, you are going to have detailed information, okay, about what the prefrontal cortex. Then let's look at what the Henry Molaison. Okay, Henry Molaison, okay, whom I refer to as HM, or who is popularly referred to as HM. Okay, the importance of hippocampus, because this guy really revealed, okay, to the entire world that hippocampus is extremely important to education. Well, it stores, okay, memories. As I'm talking to you now, okay, the concept and academic neurons that are in your neocortex, okay, are recording the information. They are recording the information, especially those ones that are within the hippocampus. They are taking in the information. They are helping you to store this new information that I'm revealing to you. This is what a neuron. Okay, neurons are just nerve cells, but they are predominantly situated in the brain. But among these neurons, we have about 100 billion of them. There are some that are dedicated to learning. There are some that are dedicated to education, and they are the ones that are referred to as what? As concept and academic neurons. So they are the ones that I'm talking to you now. They are in your hippocampus, and they are helping you to encode all the information that I am revealing to you. Then a memory retriever, whenever you want to retrieve this information or any other information, the hippocampus is also responsible for that. Then memory consolidation, whenever you are asleep at night, the hippocampus distributes all this information, okay, to all the other to different regions in your brain. I think I've shot another video that I detailed that I explain elaborately, okay, the function of the hippocampus. I'm going to advise you to check that video too. And please do not forget, in the course or in neuroscience, whenever you come across this hippocampus, this is the short form of hippocampus. Remember, it is HM that contributed to our understanding of the role of the hippocampus. And whenever you hear the prefrontal cortex, it was who? Phineas Gage that contributed, okay, that opened the door to our knowledge, to the fact, to the information about what the prefrontal cortex. Then the management of CAN, okay, concept and academic neuron. Always make sure that you are whenever you enter the learning environment, okay, that you look happy, okay, that you try to create what I call learning motivation. Then thirdly, you try to do what you arouse academic attention in the student. So whatever you do at that moment will stick in the student's brain. This is just an idea, okay, that is connected to the neuroscience of effective pedagogy, or the neuroscience of effective teaching, or the neuroscience of effective lecturing. So thank you so much for your time, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel and to share this video. Neuroscience, educational neuroscience is the #1 thing in global education. Thank you, and I shall see you in the next video.